away. Great Britain in 1, Italy in 2, Canada in 3, Croatia in 4, Argentina in 5, Germany in 6. Rick Dunn, Toby Garbett up in lane number 1. They will need a flyer today, if only just to get into the race. They qualified with the 6th fastest time. They were the slowest qualifier for this final, considering Argentina, Dan, beat them in the race. It's just
Gary,
what a year they're having.
It's a psychological thing for them. They've had to put aside their disappointment not being in the 4, where they won a silver medal and were former world champions in 2001. Moving into a new boat here and trying to get their heads around racing a different type of boat. A pair is very different to rowing a coxless 4. They were 7th 3 weeks ago in Munich, and here they are now. They've stepped now into the final. They've got into the final. And in terms of confidence, that will have boosted them a lot. I saw Rick Dunn smiling yesterday after they finished that semi-final race, and you thought the guy's beginning to build his confidence. And here, if they can beat at least one crew here, they'll go away and they'll say, yes, this is something fantastic. If they can beat one crew here, that'll be wonderful.
Canada, lane 3, lead. Italy in lane 2 in 2nd place. Croatia, Skillin brothers in 4, currently in 3rd place. Not an awful lot in it between 2nd and 3rd. Top of the picture in the white boat again. Just watch always, we have a wide angle. We're looking at the top of the picture. Great Britain up there. There's the white boat. Great Britain coming through, looking relaxed, but looking a bit down on Canada. Into the second 500 meters. Great Britain have had a bit of a slow start. Canada lead right from the first stroke. Croatia, Italy, Great Britain in 4th place. Now Rick Dunn will have to just unleash the power that he has and the ability to move the crew. Toby Garbett sits behind him. A big second 500 meters for Great Britain.
Gary, look at the Canadians out there. Those 2 Canadians were in the middle of the Canadian 8 last year, which won a gold medal, and the year before, which won a gold medal. Mike Spracton, British Mike Spracton, who used to coach Steve Redgrave, he wants 3 gold medals at the Olympics. At the moment, he's got the world champions in 4 and the 8, and here he's got the leading pair in this event as well. He's on track to get those 3 gold medals. He's doing a fantastic job. They've got that long lie back where they stay as long as they can in the water, so they're pushing the boat along for as long as they can. You compare it to all the other crews, they lie back a long way, and you'll see it even more so in the 4 and the 8 later on.
Canada putting down their authority now on this final through 750 meters, just relaxed, long, but alongside them in 4, Croatia are hounding them. Top left-hand picture, that's Great Britain currently in 4th place. They've got a sprint, they know they can sprint. They've always sprinted when they've been in the coxless 4 in the closing stages, so they just need to keep on the tail of these leading 3 boats. We've got Canada, who are being hounded from Croatia. The same, Italy up there in the lane 2, Italy in 3rd place. To the left of Italy, that's Great Britain. And the conditions are just glorious. We've got a fantastic opportunity now for Great Britain to develop in the second part of this race. Great Britain got a slow start in the first 1,000 meters of the men's coxless pair. They're up there in lane 1, lane order. Lane 1, Great Britain, Italy 2, Canada in 3, Croatia in 4, Argentina in 5, Germany in lane number 6. Remember, the world champions from Australia are not here. They've chosen to keep away from the 2004 World Cup series, so the first time we'll get to see them will be in Athens. But meanwhile, back here where the action is really happening, Canada, who led impressively in the first 500, they relaxed into their rhythm in the second 500, are now being hounded by Croatia in lane number 4.
I like very much the way the Croatians are rowing, Gary. I mean, you just sit there. They've been sitting there, dogging the Canadian pair all the way through the middle part of the race. And they sit low in the race. This is Italy here, who were 5th last year at the World Championships. They and the Croatians, you can see how they sit low in the boat. They drive their legs down. When they push on their legs, both of them, they don't lift their bodies up. And you see very much that the Canadians do lift their bodies up as they take the stroke. So there's a bit of a bounce in the Canadian boat. They lift and then lie a long way back to finish out the strokes, hold their oars in the water as long as they possibly can to get as much momentum as possible. But now watch Croatia as they try to push up in the last 750 meters here.
So stroke for stroke, Canada, Croatia, Canada, Croatia. There's a foot or so in it. Croatia now starting to ease back. On the left of your picture, you're looking at the bows of Great Britain. Look at the distance that Canada and Croatia have opened up. Question, Dan, where would Pinson and Cracknell have been in this race if they'd carried on?
I'd have thought half a length ahead, 3/4 of a length ahead, and only worrying about what the Australians will be doing, or the South Africans who aren't here as well.
Sport is a funny thing. Great Britain are way back off the pace. They're in lane at number 1. They're in 4th place at the moment, leading out front. Canada, Croatia. It's been that way for the middle 1,000 of this final of the men's coxless pair. The contrast in style, in speed, in experience is just unbelievable between Great Britain, now out of the picture. Look at Italy up there in lane 2, starting to push on ahead. Canada, Dan, they seem to be sitting there. Can you see the rates?
No, they're doing what they normally do. They're at 35 strokes a minute. The Croatians nearest to us, the Skelin brothers, they are at 36 strokes a minute. Italy now beginning to crank it up, and they're at 38 strokes a minute and beginning to move through. Italy moving very well on the top of the picture there.
A race like this, you want to be out there, you want to be in it, you want to be feeling what's going around, you want to have that adrenaline pumping all the way through. 250 meters remain in the final of the men's coxless pairs. Great Britain's Toby Garbutt and Rick Dunn have not shown at all for the whole of this race. Out front, it's Italy, it's Canada, and it's Croatia.
Do you see Canada just moved up there? They went up to 38 strokes a minute, responding, but they shortened up. They got shorter, and it's allowed the other two crews to come past them. They got shorter with their strokes. They lost that long stroke that helps them to work the middle of the race, and they've allowed Italy and Croatia probably now just coming through.
150 meters remain, and Italy are doing what Italy do best. They rise to the occasion. The rate goes up. They love the race. They get in it. They're on 42.5 strokes. They've taken out Canada. Canada now are just hanging on. They've got to hold on because here come Croatia against Canada, but out front, Italy on the line. Look how close that is. What a fantastic race in this final of the men's coxless pair. And here come Great Britain, and doesn't it look laboured? There's the contrast. That's what we have to do if this crew have got to get onto the medal podium. Forget the gold medal, Dan. These crew, they've got to get onto the podium.
Gary, they were 4th there. Come on, 3 weeks ago they were struggling to try and make a final. They were 4th there. We wanted them to beat 1 crew. They beat 2. They're on the road. They're on the way back. It's great.
They're on the road. They've got 11 seconds to do. It's a lot to do with Australia to come back in. But first things first, Italy. What a fantastic last 100 meters for them. A great day for Italy, who finished 7th at the World Championships last year. Well, they finished the 2004 count right on top. But we've still got Australia to come. Great Britain in 4th place. There's a lot to do there. They're 11 seconds down.